do. Hello, everyone.
Why do we have no sound?
That was kind of crazy. Anyway, hello, everyone. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead.
Hello, everyone. It is Cayce over at Ormsby Farm, the halfway homestead.
And I'm Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
And this is Wilma Flintstone at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
Yabba dabba doo.
Sorry, couldn't help
There's a joke laughing.
Let me get out of here. And how is everybody
I
tonight?
know.
I'm so glad you're all here.
Oh my
Thank you,
goodness, yeah.
everyone, for coming in.
Oh.
This is wonderful. We're going to have fun tonight.
We are going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. And we had so much fun last week chatting with everybody, for the extended episode. We did a full hour last week. And it didn't even, I don't think it felt like an hour to me. Yeah?
No.
Good.
It was really, really short, I felt like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miss Ann, would you say hello to all these wonderful people in the chat? Let me scroll.
I would love to. One job, Jesse says. One job. I know it. You be quiet. Hey, Joey, you're on the way in. Penny Ortiz. Good evening, my darling. She always looks forward to watching you, Casey. Hey, Ann Philbeck. Sweet from Virginia. Tamra. Yes, and Tamra won big on my live today. I was giving away some Amazon gift cards to celebrate Lisa's birthday.
It is her birthday.
And so Lisa and Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead, he's our mod father a lot. And we really appreciate him. But she won twice. Two $20 gift cards. So that was, happy birthday, Lisa.
There you go.
Okay. And hey, Miss Dallas, how are you doing? Susan, good to see you. Wendy from Hardneck Farm, she says, howdy. And there he goes. Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead. Hello, everybody. That's really nice they're here on her birthday. I appreciate that. And Rebecca, touched by yarn. We've been praying for Ronald. Rebecca, I hope everything's going good. Jersey Dolphins, you cutie patootie. I'm so glad you're in here tonight. Hey, Rita from Prayer Mountain Homestead. She has a new puppy herself, and she's loving on her little new puppy. And there's Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Hey, darling. And who else do we have, Mr. Casey? There is Tamra Angling. She won too. Two Tamras won those gift cards.
Nice.
Wow.
It was a Tamra.
That sounds like a Tamara conspiracy.
It was. It really was. Hey, Nanny Tam. Hey, y'all. Hey. And Jeannie. Welcome in. James Howell, y'all, from Shade Tree Cook. Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse, my buddy. Hey, Troy Sutton, how you doing? There's the great folks, he says. And then our Ginger from Not For Nothing Homestead. We love you, Ginger. Thank you. Barry, how do? Glad you're in here tonight, honey. Okay. And Ann Philbeck is here, I see, which is great. And we just are looking forward to a wonderful night tonight. There she is. Hit the like button, y'all.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. And there is Discovering Creation saying, hey, Monica. Teresa. Yeah, Teresa, we're glad you're here.
I'm checking. I'm over here checking everybody's lives.
No, I'm trying to make sure that I did everybody. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Y'all know I can't see. So.
Poor thing, he's dealing with the kid syndrome from they're spreading their love onto our Casey quite often.
Yes, they're giving me the cooties. What can I say?
So tonight, what are we going to be talking about, do you think?
I think we should pull up our spinner and see. And just to kind of side note, if you wanted to see what we chatted about last week, one new thing that happens every single week is after you see us live and we get to chat and have so much fun, every single day you get something Hay Bale. Every single day. It's pretty good. So if you're totally like, I must have Hay Bale, You get it every single day, yeah? Our little segments come out, and then Monday, our topic from the week before comes out.
Mhm.
And so we talked about incubating eggs.
Yeah.
So the fun thing about this new season is that we are actually spinning our topic. The four of us don't know anything about what we're talking about, but we know something about all the topics. But we get to spin and find out. So, and did the countdown. I think, Sandy, I think you need to give us a kind of a 3, 2, 1 kind of
Oh,
feel
Yeah, Sandy.
tonight.
are you ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, blast off.
Woohoo! Water storage.
Oh,
Okay.
Water storage.
I like it.
Okay, then. That's what we're talking about tonight is water storage. Okay.
Water
Um,
storage. And I'll tell you, that was the one thing when we had all the bad weather last year and I was still at the old farm. That was the
Mhm.
one thing that I told myself I really was not that good on prepping for. And that was one thing that I was like, Cayce, you need to make sure you get your wattage storage situation better going forward. So this
yeah.
is going to be interesting tonight because I'm still not that great at the water
Yeah.
storage. I mean, I got some catchments and I got a knockoff Berkey, but that's about it. Okay.
That sounds good though. I mean, you don't
It
have to have
does.
anything massive just because you have, I mean, you have to have
Right.
what fits for you and what you can handle as well. And if you can't have a ton stored up, you have to think of other ways to make what you do have work for you and how to get
Mhm.
more. So I think that's always been something that's been on my mind too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, once you lose water, you're done. And it's hard because you can't always prepare for something like that either. When there's bad weather coming, you can, they tell you to, fill up your tub, fill up the extra bottles. But what happens if it's something that just happens?
You
And
get the
you,
alert that says boil your water
yeah,
or no water for the next 5
exactly.
hours
Right.
You
or
didn't have a chance to kind of
something like
get
that.
ready. So you already had to be ready. So what do you do then? And how much do you have ready for you? I think that's important too. That's one of those things that
Yeah.
I think about more than anything else is not when I have time to do it, but when I don't have time, what
Right.
do I have? So what do you usually have, Miss Ann? What let's start with you because I know you do this a lot too with, with
I
all
do.
you get hurricane weather and you get some ick weather over there in
We
North
do.
Carolina.
We
So what do
do.
you do
And
for water storage?
we get quite a bit of boil your water alerts because we are on county water
Yeah.
and it's a water system. When you lose electricity, which is what we do often, our water purification system goes out. Now, I felt that our water for the longest time was the biggest hole in my preps,
Mhm.
but
Oh.
we have gotten better about that. I have a knockoff Berkey. I have a water drop, which is the water catchment or the water
Mm.
system filter
Mhm.
system. I
Yeah.
have several pitchers of that have
Mhm.
filters in them. We have several bottles of water that are stored up. What we do is run it through
Mm.
the sink water through the filter and then store it in bottles.
Mhm.
We have buckets of water outside that's rainwater for the garden. This time of year, we don't have a garden, but in the summertime is kind of tough. But we have a creek in the backyard.
Right.
So we can go and get buckets of
Yeah.
water out of the creek in order to flush the toilet or
Mhm.
things like that. And I felt more comfortable being able to have some water purification to be able to have enough to drink. If, say, Ann couldn't leave Andale Homestead for a month, we would still be able to survive with the creek
Mhm.
water
Right.
because we would be able to boil it and put it through filters and filtering systems and things like
Mhm.
that. So that's what we do. We feel a little better about that. It's not
Yeah.
easy getting a bucket out of that creek. I can tell you because I've done it.
Yeah, no.
And it's not easy, but we can do it. How about you, Sandy?
Well, I'd have to say that in our Wyoming home, I'm good. You know, we have huge rain barrels and different parts of our roof. It comes off our roof and we collect it. Um, on my terraces, everything is in swales. So you have to think not just my drinking water, um, but what about my plants and my trees and things like that? Because I may
Mhm.
need to eat off of those things.
Right.
And so when we put in our terrace systems, we did great big swales, and then we just filled them with bark and stuff so that they literally will hold a lot of water. And we have great big, they're square containers. I think they probably hold 10 gallons of water, and they're stackable. So we have those downstairs in case we need them, and you just can rotate that water out. But we do have tablets that you can put into water too that will help purify it. We have a Berkey, a real one. Oh,
Oh, good.
but down here in Arizona, um, that, you know, they don't even have rain gutters. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
because they don't really, when we get rain, it's usually the monsoons, and we're not actually here then. Um, It did rain later this fall, so we did see some of the rain, but that's unusual.
Mhm.
But we do have the canal that's like a few blocks away,
Okay.
and that's part of the river that they just have canals that come through Yuma, and so we could get water from them. Plus, um, most of my part of Yuma used to be underwater,
Oh,
and so you can literally dig down. People don't have basements in my area because of the water table being so high.
oh my goodness.
Now, the water
Yeah.
probably would be yucky tasting,
Mhm.
but you could filter it, you could boil it.
Yeah.
I could even run it through sand
Right.
and then boil it again, or run it through ash. I could do a lot of different things
Mhm.
to um to help filter that.
Sandy, something that scares me a little bit, that it doesn't scare me, but it does make me aware. When we had a really terrible hurricane here in 2000, um, Irene or Isabel came through, and it flooded our little town. I mean, it
Hmm.
it was bad. It flooded major areas, like two-story homes. It was up
Right.
to halfway up the second floor homes, which is like the 300-year flood or something.
Mhm.
But when it came in, it swooshed back out. And when it swooshed back out, it took everything: sewage,
Yeah. Yeah.
septic, chemicals, oil, gasoline, everything back out with it. And so, I'm thinking I'm cool with my creek in the backyard that's a subsidiary of the Sound. And I'm concerned, what if that's contaminated with a whole bunch of
Right.
dead animals and gas and
Right.
oil and yuck? So the only thing I figure that would be really good for is the toilet. I
Yeah.
can
Flushing the toilet.
I
Yes.
can still flush my potty, so that would be good. How about you, Monica? See, you have animals that have to have. I have chickens that we could make out with the chickens, but you have animals that need water. What would you do?
So we have a bunch of IBC totes that we have, and we have a water catchment system that comes right off of our house. We have two different of those IBC totes that are attached to the side of our house, and then we have
Hmm.
four of them off to the side. And I have used those for years to water our garden or water the animals if I need to. So in a drought, my goal is to each year to use those essentially six full totes when we go into the winter, into this really dry season. My goal is to not do any water from the house. I don't water my garden with our house water at all. We fill up those totes, and then we take those totes and we fill up water into big empty bins. I have them all around my garden, and I ladle the water out and I hand water every plant.
Hmm.
So I don't
Oh,
have a hose. I don't sprinkle a hose or use any of that because I don't water from the top like that. I water at the base of my plants most of
good
the
for
time
Hmm.
you.
because I just find that it works better. Otherwise, I run into issues. So I hand water. Needless to say, we have that same water system for our animals. Now we do have a pond, and it's deep enough, thankfully, our tank, pond, whatever you call it, that even in the worst drought, and I've been here almost 12 years now, it has never dried up ever.
Oh, thank
Mm.
goodness.
We've had a lot of really consecutively dry days. I mean, we've gone months without a single drop of water, and
Yeah.
I've watched that pond get very, very low. thankfully, we always have water. So that has been always been a thought. Okay, if we need water, where can we go? And Eric is always first go to the IBC totes. Number two, we'll go to the tank. We'll go to the pond down the back. And if our pond is not filled, then we'll skip over to our neighbor's pond. It's like right next door. Because when push comes to shove, you've got to work together as a team.
Sure.
And I will certainly take advantage of the fact that my neighbor has a larger pond than I do that will not, run out. But that's what I kind of do. I mean, we catch water everywhere we possibly can because we don't have monsoon season, but we might as well, because basically from like February to like May, it will rain in Texas. And then in June, July, August, September, we start drying out real fast. And I need to have water. And we're on a public water. I don't have a well.
We don't either.
Our water doesn't usually turn off, but if it did, I want to make sure I have things. So, I've tried storing water in. I mean, I buy whenever I see them on sale at the grocery store, I buy gallon water jugs. I just grabbed a dozen of them about a month ago because I had used my stores. I had used them for stuff for the kids. I used what I had stored up for about 2 years. I used all of them. And when I saw them on sale for $1 for a gallon, I grabbed a whole mess of them. And now they're brand new. So I have a date. I wrote on the date when I got them. And now I know exactly how old they are. And so I'll keep them until the kids need them, and I'll use them for whatever. And we just constantly replenish them if we can. And I mean, it's only a gallon at a time. And we're such a large people, but it's worth having.
It is. It is. Now I see Tamara from L&L Homestead says she has canned distilled water on her shelf. She uses it for a CPAP machine. She said her adult son thought she was holding back moonshine from him. I think that's funny.
Love it.
Tamara, I have canned water. I have canned water as well. I was told that an empty jar is just using up space. So you can fill those jars with water if you want to. We've gone through, and most of them are empty now, unfortunately, but the idea is good.
Yeah.
Cynthia Delot, all the way from the Netherlands. We're glad to see you, Cynthia.
So Cayce, what about you with your water stores? Now, I know you're in a place now that you're not going to be in a few months. So in 3 months or so,
like how few weeks, actually, a few weeks.
Golly, yeah, it's coming back. Okay, so in a month, you're in a different space. What are you looking at for water stores? Because water is a big hole for you, right? That's a place you saw it right away. You said, oh my goodness, water is one of those things. I am not as prepared as I thought I was.
Right.
So how do you store water?
Well, as everybody was talking, I totally forgot. We did a full episode on prepping on this with our Hay Bale Prepper Guide. And with our 99-cent Prepper Guide, inside of it is like water calculation math. And y'all know I hate math. But this is a good math to know. But one thing that I did is I did copy you, Monica, copy, cheater kind of thing about the IBC tote. So looking into those, but I did it on a smaller scale. Since as of right now, I'm in the suburbs, I'm in a neighborhood. I bought the big black, even though plastic is not good, I know, black trash cans because that will stop the algae. Yeah. And I have one for my chicken coops, one for each of my chicken coops. So once those are filled up, that's a 55 gallon? That's the trash can. Those can be used to fill up their water because that was my biggest thing when I was at the farm is when we lost power, our well, I had a well at the old farm, was on electricity. There was the generator was not connected to my well. So I had 50 meat birds. I had my 25 egg layers. I had 35 meat turkeys. And then I had the baby mom and baby daddies. And you have to have a plan for how you're going to feed them. Feed them, water them. So I thought for every one of my little coops, because I will have more coops at the new homestead, ducks and turkeys, I decided I'm going to keep a 55-gallon black trash can water. That's also good for gardens too, because you can dip your little hand water in there, fill it up old school. And I'm like Monica, twinsy. I like to water at the base of the plant. That is now for me. I still got a lot of work to do, but chickens, check, we're good.
Yeah,
they'll live Cayce will perish. But
Well, no, I mean, you can boil some of
oh
your
yeah,
water from the black trash can.
and
Yeah.
use the life straw. That was
Yeah,
I saw that
Yeah.
was in the chat. You
Yep.
know,
I have several life straws as well.
and
Yep.
if
We
you
have a
don't,
bunch of those too.
I was about to say I think I have them in my Amazon storefront. Monica, I know that you have one in yours.
Yeah, my kids
And
use them on a survival challenge, and they just had a new one where you dip it in and it's like a gallon almost of water, and it
Oh,
drains it
oh,
in. Really nice. Do you have that stuff too, Sandy?
Yeah. Yeah.
so
We've had those live straws so long,
Yeah.
because you just never know. And we have them underneath the seats of the truck
There you
because
go.
you could be someplace.
uh,
Yeah.
And what if there's an issue with the water? And
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty used to after a day or a few hours, it comes back on. But what if it was a week before
Yeah,
you had
exactly.
water?
Yep. You think that's important to know too. Now, one of the things we do with our IBC totes, and I'm not sure if anybody else does it, is a few years ago, and we did a whole video on it. Eric actually attached an attachment to it so that we could put our hose directly on it, and we can just turn that little handle. And then I have a hose that comes off, and because it's gravity fed, I don't have to worry about power. We also
Right.
have a hand pump that if you take it and put it inside, you just pump it up and down, and it puts the water out into another. So we've done that too, because we wanted to make sure that we had opportunities to get ways to get that water out of those totes without
Right.
having to climb in or dip down
yes.
and reach down, because we're only getting older and I need easier ways to get what I need when I need it, because we won't always have electricity. And what happens if you need that? So yeah.
That's awesome. A Sawyer
Yeah.
filter. Wonder what is that?
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder.
It's a Sawyer is just a brand. And like the life straws or the water drop and all that, the Sawyer
Oh,
brand. Yeah.
okay.
And the filters are great. I think I have a Sawyer, I think I have a water drop, and I have a life straw. I have different brands, but they all have worked really well for us.
and also it's a good thing that he said that, because when you think of filters for like the Berkey, the knockoff Berkey,
Yeah.
any of those, they do have a lifespan. So once they've done that lifespan, you should think of ways that you're going to have it stocked up. In that the Hay Bale Prepper Guide, we talked about that, because there are many ways that you can buy your filters kind of in bulk and just have them set aside. Because I
Yeah.
think the Berkey filter that uses the knockoff Berkey filter, uses the Berkey filter,
Yeah.
and I think that's close to what James was saying for what did he say? He said 10,000 gallons, right?
Yeah.
Andy, do you know for sure on the Berkey what's the lifespan of the Berkey filter?
I don't have an answer. I don't want to tell you
Yeah.
amount. But you can tell when they're not working because they look weird.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. They tell you. Oh, and look, Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead has put the link in there to the Sawyer products, mini
There you go.
waters and things like
Awesome.
that, which is awesome. And hey, everyone that has joined us, we're so glad to have you in here. But there are a number of things as far as water catchment and stuff. I was very concerned about
6,000, just BTW, 6,000. The two
6,000
ones
per
together.
pair, yeah.
Okay.
3,000 per element for the Berkey. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
What we found last year at our community garden, because our community garden is in the college. It's on the college property, the one that the community garden I'm in.
Mhm.
Well, they control when they turn the waters on and off, because when it gets to a certain time in the fall, they turn it off, blow all their hoses all over the whole campus out on the same
Yeah.
day. They're not going to leave us, even though our gardens are still growing. They're going to shut it off. So
Oh.
this last fall, it had been so nice, and they blew out the hoses, and there's no water, but we knew what day it was happening. So many of the gardeners came down with those great big trash cans and just filled all of them up. And
Nice.
some of them put netting over top so they could leave it open in case it rained. Some of them just put the lids on. But then you hand water just like Monica does.
Right.
You have to think about those things. And do you have buckets in your house that, say the water's out and all of a sudden it starts to rain? Do you have things to collect that rain? Even if you're
Yep.
taking buckets and pots and pans out there to collect that rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I have
do.
watched so many times. It's funny because you said that, because she's a loving homesteader, Carmen. She did a little reel. I guess it was last year when it was raining, like pouring, because again, it's dry, dry, dry. And all of a sudden, Texas skies open right up and it's just monsoon for like 20 minutes. And
Mhm.
she had pots and pans outside collecting the water because she's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna collect this water right now because in a day, my plants are gonna want this. And this is cheap. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. I always have all those containers ready. I have every empty container. If you know people with livestock, go grab those livestock mineral tubs, those protein tubs.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the season that cattle people are feeding their animals protein tubs. Well, at the end of the season, they're done with those big tubs. And if they're not gardening or they're not collecting water, they're going to try to get rid of them. So go buy some or ask them to take them off their hands for free. And let me tell you, that's what I have in my garden. I
Right.
have at least a dozen of those tubs and I scoop the water out. And I mean, I have them lined up all along the edges of my garden because for me, I don't want to pay the extra water in my water bill to
Right.
water my
Right.
garden. It just makes no sense to me. So,
Right.
Mhm.
and if I
What
need that water later, I can dip my filter thing in there and use that water.
I'll tell you that I did learn after the rainy season of Georgia that having just a freestanding trash can
Mhm.
compared to having some type of like knockoff gutter that's putting the water into it, it will fill up faster.
Yeah.
Even if you have like a PVC pipe that's cut in half, so it's kind of like a canoe kind of shape that's
Mhm.
tilted down. When the water pours in it, it may look a little bootleg, but it's okay because your thing's going to fill up faster than just little droplets
Yeah.
dropping
Mhm.
in. And
Okay.
the screen that Sandy was talking about, I got one that fits like it's supposed to fit all different size trash cans because it has a pull cord.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, okay.
so if you have leaves or pine straw, it works wonderfully. I think I bought 10 of them for like $3 on the Amazon. So
Okay.
it's a
Cool.
really good thing to snatch up.
All right.
Yeah.
You also can remember that when you can filter because, like, if it floods and you have really bad stuff in your natural water system, as far as
Uh,
creeks or whatever, um, it's rock, sand, and charcoal,
Mhm.
and you can filter your water through those
Right.
things. You usually have to do it a couple of times in order for it to be really filtered and boil it and all of those things,
Yeah.
but it is usable. There is some
Say
usables.
those again, and just in case people
With
just tune back
rocks,
in.
if you have, like, we have rocks in our driveway. We have a
Mhm.
gravel driveway.
Mhm.
Rocks, sand, and if you have some charcoal, that's very helpful, like cooking charcoal, for your
Yeah.
grill or whatever. You
Yeah,
just can
but
burn up.
you do want natural charcoal. Like the little briquettes that some people use, they have the chemical so they burn
Yeah.
faster. They'll stop for so
Oh,
you don't really want to use those.
Yeah.
But you can buy bags, great big bags for your grill that are natural charcoals.
well, that's true because that's what we
Yeah.
get is the natural charcoal. I didn't even think about the ones that
Yeah.
are, like, already have the lighter fluid in them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, if you're
Right.
someplace where
Think
there's a lot of moss, you
Okay.
can use a lot of different mosses will filter water too. So
Okay.
know your area.
Yes.
Um, I've watched a few great videos on people that live in the desert, and how they collect water, because usually, like in Arizona, the southern part of Arizona, it's just the monsoons, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's the only time you're getting water. And I've seen them, how on your roof, or a patio, you have that corrugated sheeting,
Mhm.
metal
Yeah.
sheeting. They've made supports and it's just leaning like this. And but the amount of water that you can collect on your roof per square foot, they have cisterns buried below, and all that water gets
Goes right down.
directed over into that cistern. And it's amazing how much water they can filter
Yeah.
Oh
just
my
when those
goodness.
monsoons are coming through.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Another option too, and I bet Sandy knows about these because these are super. I call them artsy fartsy when I see them at my tack and ag, because they're so pretty. But my local feed store has these. As soon as you go towards the feed store, coming off the roof, right off the gutter, are these gorgeous rain chains.
Yeah.
And they're so pretty. And I'm like, I want one of these so bad, but
I
I
have
can't,
one.
I can't like rationalize one. So I can't like talk Eric into it. So it's going to have to be like a Mother's Day gift or something that I like beg my kids for, but they're so cool. And they work because the idea is that you have, I looked it up just to verify, like to make sure that's what it was called. So a gutter rain chain will work by directing the rainwater down from the gutter area, right?
Mhm.
And it slows as the water flows down the chain itself, it slows it down enough, which helps slow the water itself, the speed of it, and helps reduce erosion. So if it's hitting the ground, if you're not catching it, obviously, then it's going to hit the ground and it doesn't make that, erode the ground. But why not get that gutter rain chain to flow right into some buckets
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
bins? I
I
mean,
have one. I have one. I'm
Do you?
so happy. And
I think
guess
they're so cute.
who got it for me? My Auntie Peg. She's the artsy
Oh.
fartsy one.
Oh, the
See?
artsy
It's the
bartsy.
artsy fartsy one. I love it so. I'm like, I need these. Like, I'm the person that like I love the wind chimes, and
Yes. Yeah.
I need that. So
It
yeah,
makes beautiful sounds when it rains. It just
that's
but I
on my
do have
list
a
to
bucket
get.
under mine. I have a
See?
bucket
So you're catching
underneath.
water, and you're not even trying. I mean, you're trying, but it's
It's
just a
really
really
cool.
cool way to catch water and to be kind of proactive, even if you're not thinking about it. You're really doing something for, your garden or for yourself later. Because if you need that water, there it is. You're catching it.
Right. That's
So
right.
Yeah. And there's a lot of pumps that aren't electric
mhm.
that can take water out of a stream.
Mhm,
And then,
mhm.
you know, and it can gravity feed to by your house, to
Yeah.
a catchment, to your gardens, to your trees. And some of them aren't very expensive. And so if
Right.
that's something that would be your option, you could have it ready in case those things happen.
Yeah.
That's right. We actually would like to do that in order to be able to water our garden. We want one of those pumps
Hmm.
that's not electric, to be able to stick in the creek and water the garden because there's
Yeah.
so
Right.
much goodness in there with the
Mhm.
fish and the bird poop and all the stuff.
There's some also that take battery because I got one that I think was originally meant to pump your own gas into
Oh.
tractors and that kind of stuff
Hmm.
Mhm.
because it's one of those looks like an old school kind of pump. And my pool, when I had my tarp on the pool, it would collect so much rainwater and then it would get in my pool. And then you have to do chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I need something that I can pump it out. And so I got this. It works wonderfully to where I stick it even in my black trash can.
Yep.
And you press the little thing down and it's like a water spout. It pulls by battery. I think it's C batteries. It pulls it right up into the little water thing. So
Nice.
there's some great
Mhm.
options that if you don't want to hand water or don't want to scoop buckets out, there are the cool little ones that are either charged by solar, by battery, or I'm
Mhm.
sure you probably could charge it by electricity and let it sit. So
They have those hand bilge pumps. That's what one of them looks like. This is the one we have.
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. And
Okay.
it's super easy. You stick it right. I'm sure Jesse can find something like that on Amazon, but you just stick it in your bucket and it comes out of that hose and goes right
Mhm.
wherever you want it. And that's how we've gotten from point A to point B when we don't have the electric, hooked up, or if it's over in another area and the gravity is not enough to feed it down into our hose, you stick the red thing in and you just pump it out. And even
I
I can do it with a bad back. It's not too bad. It just takes a little arm strength, get a little workout while you're doing it. But it's
Yeah.
it's easy. So
That's
are
how
there ones also for like the real well that's not
Yeah.
electric that you can attach to your well to get water out to?
Mhm.
probably,
It's
yeah.
the what's it called, Sandy? It's the
Um,
The little well pumps.
yeah, but
Yep.
that's how my husband's family growing up,
yeah,
that's how they
'cause it
got
was
all
like
their
this.
water
Yeah,
was a pump
Uh-huh.
from
yeah,
Yeah.
their
a
well
hand
in the
pump, yeah,
ground, hand pump,
yeah.
Yeah.
and, that's how they got water in the house. There wasn't plumbing in the home, so,
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That
that's
my
pretty cool.
grandma's farm was like that too. And you'd pump it, and all of a sudden it starts coming out. It is the best, coldest water
It is.
ever.
It really is. It really is. It's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Fresh well water is cannot be beat. And I want to say, because of Heather's comment right there, it made me think how I was going to wrap this up because we are at our 30-minute mark. Is since we've had, and I'm a big farmer's almanac kind of I'm a big farmer knacker.
You're a knacker?
I'm a knacker. Well,
Oh gosh,
yeah,
Heather.
maybe not. Monica, you're looking crazy at me. But I read the Farmer's Almanac.
Yes.
And since we had such a cold winter, more than likely we will have a real wet spring. And why not take these tips that you've learned tonight from us and go ahead and get some pots and get some buckets ready to collect that free God-given water for your homestead.
That's right.
And load it up. Load up your IBC totes. Look on Facebook Marketplace. I usually can go on Facebook Marketplace and find 4 or 5 of those big ones for relatively cheap of people that are trying to get rid of them.
I do want one
But
of those.
do it when it's the off season, because people are going to buy them soon. So you got to get it when it's off season.
And one other thing to look when you're looking for those totes, you need to know what was in them.
Yeah, food grade is best.
Yeah, it has to be a food grade. It can't, because they look the same when they're rinsed out, but you don't want some chemical in there.
No.
Because that would have absorbed into the plastic. So you just ask a few questions.
Motor oil. Ooh, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that did cover our water conservation, water
storage.
That storage would help me with the words thing. If anyone else there were a lot of ideas that people had that were in the chat. People that have pools that are nice. My daughter has a pool. My son lives right on the sound, so he can get water. It's important to plan ahead. We just have to do a little planning.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of.
I'm sorry, Sandy. Go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a lot of ways to catch water when you don't really think there's even moisture in the air.
Right.
You can make the plastic sheets that has a rock in the center. And in the morning, you can find all this water that was just in the air that collected on that plastic. And then just drains down because that rock is holding that down. So there's a lot of ways to, there's in California, they have these sheet-like things. They're not material sheets. It's made out of, I don't know, polycarbon something, but it looks like mesh. And it literally collects water from the wind.
From the
wind.
So
there's things you can do.
It's in the air,
California needs water. That's for sure. All their
fires.
Yep,
morning dew.
From the dew.
Yeah, they do. That's right, Tamara. Okay. So that was great, y'all. Thank you for your suggestions in the chat.
Yes.
We love that. And so, Cayce, what do we have that's coming up next in our
Well, we got me coming up next, but if you have not already, I'm going to put it up one more time. Head over to our Etsy store if you scan our QR link, and you can get it's 99 cents. It has everything that we talked about tonight and more in there under the water prep section of the chapter. I think it's 87 pages. You get it for 99 cents. It really is a great little thing. All of us have it prepped. So I want to push people back over there, scan our QR code. But we all have our little segments every single week. And to start us off for this one is my segment, Cooking with Cayce. We talked a little bit about it last week. And so this is kind of the first official Cooking with Cayce. Hey everyone, welcome to Cooking with Cayce. My name is Cayce from Ormsby Farm, the Halfway Homestead. So y'all, I was thinking a lot about how I wanted to start this series off. Because I talked a lot about in the last video, kind of like the promo video of the series, that I wanted to talk a lot about the $1 and $2 meals. For those that follow me know that I take big pride into meal planning and do a $2 meal to where everything that I eat for dinner for one person costs $2 or below. Now, when you're thinking about starting something like that, it can kind of feel overwhelming. Especially if you don't have your own garden, if you don't raise your own meat. But I'm here to tell you, it is super simple. Now, I've done a video where I talked very in depth about how to prep for an entire year. And I have a free spreadsheet that's on my Linktree, and I will leave it in the separate video. So the Cooking with Cayce video that comes out Saturday, I'll leave it in that video. But for this, I wanted to share how you start from ground zero. We're talking about nothing. You don't have anything in your pantry, totally bare, but you're wanting to do it. I always recommend, I don't want to say staples, because when people think staples, they think like sugar and all that kind of stuff. But it kind of is that too. If you're wanting to cook a lot of your meals, cooking is going to then bring the cost down, so you're not buying pre-made meals. I like to start with the staples: rice, potato, flour, sugar. Those 4 things are kind of like my go-to staple. I will say that I throw some milk powder in there too, but that's just because I'm bougie. But those 4 staples, to start your process with getting this $2 meal goal, and that's $2 a meal per person, go ahead and buy in bulk those 4 staples. Now, there are many different ways to do that. There are the organic route, and you could go something like Azure Standard, which if you're interested in Azure Standard, click on the video link down below. I have a link, but you also can do the Costco, Walmart, that kind of stuff. I like to definitely have 25 pounds a month stocked up. Now, it's totally dependent on you on how many months you want to stock up. But my first tip for my first Cooking with Cayce is get those 4 staples. Again, rice, potatoes, sugar, flour. Have those things stocked up in a jar, and you can pretty much make a lot of different things side-wise, food-wise when you're cooking. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave me a comment. What would you like to hear from next? You want me to talk about protein next? Fruit? Veggies? What? Let me know down below. And now, y'all, head back over to Round the Hay Bale, and Friends.
Yay!
My little staples. I will tell you that when I started this planning to prep for a year, meaning grocery shopping once a year, that's it. A lot of videos, those were the 4 staples that a lot of people talk about. If you have your rice, if you have your potatoes, if you have your flour, you have your sugar, you can make different breads. They may not be rising breads, but you can make breads. Potatoes, there's many different ways to prep that, meaning you can freeze. If you grow your own, you can keep cool, dark place. Rice, depending on the rice, because y'all, let me tell you, I bought really, really cheap rice one time, and I kept it just like I did regular rice. Like I'm talking, I keep it in a food grade 5-gallon bucket with the, what's the lid? The Gamma lids. It molded within like a week, 2 weeks.
Wow.
It was really, really gross. Now, that was bleached white rice, which I did not know that when they said bleached rice, they really do mean that is bleached. That most of the time sugar, flour, and rice are not usually white. Now, there is the jasmine one that comes out, but sugar is actually a brown kind of color looking.
Cane sugar.
Cane sugar, and of course I love it now. But yeah, that's my little Cooking with Cayce this weekend is the 4 staples. So I hope people comment below. Let me know what you want me to talk about next week, because I love talking about prepping and $2 meals. It makes me happy. Yeah?
And Belt Loop says if you pour nitrogen in the bucket, it'll keep it fresh. I don't know what you're talking about. As far as Belt Loop has his college words that are going on sometimes. It's an inert gas. It's the oxygen that spoils food. Okay. Now, I mean, I do know that those little packets that you put in to keep all the air out.
Oh, yeah.
That works nice. You love your jasmine rice, and that's awesome.
I do too.
Casey, what else do we have coming up here?
So next we also got Sandi. Sandi, you want to talk a little bit about yours before I pop it up?
Well, I would talk about it, but I don't know which one you're going to show because I did it for the whole month. But all of mine are about gardening this month because I have a full garden right now. And so, Casey. I like to do some companion planting. So in between these tomatoes that have just got overgrown, I have radishes growing. Now radishes you can let go to seed and make little pods. The pods are excellent to eat, and you can also pickle them. So these ones that are just getting a little too big for their britches, I'm going to send up stalks. But back here farther, there's radishes that don't get as much sun, and I can just continually harvest those. Next to the tomatoes, I've added onions. The tomatoes kind of shade the onions for part of the day, but the rest of the time they're in full sun. So in a little tiny space, I have 6 tomato plants, radishes all in between, and then my onions. Do companion. Put things together that will grow well together, and you can have more vegetables in your small space. This is Sandi with Sandi's Suggestions. Remember, it's just a suggestion. Have a great day.
I love it.
I
See,
love that too.
you're such an amazing gardener. I mean, I used amazing in my comment like 3 times. I'm sorry, y'all. Didn't mean to, but she just is such an inspiration, don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with Dallas. I'm so jealous of that. I'm jealous right now. I have nothing in growing, so I'm super jealous. Like, I love that.
we're
No,
jealous too.
Sandy's the one that told me to plant my garlic with my lettuce.
Yep, lettuce
Right?
or carrots work really good.
And I did it in one of my small, I think it's a 4-foot by 2-foot raised bed garden, and it's like 1 foot tall, like small.
Mhm.
It thrived. I was able, I
Yay!
have 37 cloves of garlic that are in there. Of course, I haven't harvested them yet, but the thing.
Mhm.
And then I was able to get literally from November until probably right when we had the big freeze in January, I was able to cut the lettuce, and I had the full bed of lettuce. And I mean, you get lettuce and all that stuff in a small, what do they say? It's link time the width is the square foot of a garden. I mean, it's a small square foot in a garden.
That's
to
Yeah,
fantastic.
grow
that's
and put in a
8
food.
square feet you had, and you got all
Right,
those vegetables.
right.
Isn't
So
that fabulous?
Yeah,
what's the one that they call the it's like something sisters.
3 sisters.
3 sisters,
Yeah, and so you have corn, beans, and some kind of squash or pumpkin.
because the corn goes up,
And
the
the
bean
bean goes
winds.
along it, and then the whole base is conserving water because all those big leaves, and it's just growing those pumpkins or squash.
Uh-huh.
That's it makes me, it just gives me that enthusiasm where I want to go play in the dirt or something. It's always so fun to see, you know. I really like it a lot.
It can't come soon enough. I'm ready for dirty garden fingers
Our,
again.
our garden may look a little different this year. I mean, we may not have a big land of plenty. We may just, with Worth's health and things, we may have raised beds and buckets and stuff. And that's going to be fun. It's really interesting to be able to see that we can do more with less space.
Right.
And
Right.
I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And what was it? I've had a ton of success with companion planning. Good, Nanny Tam. That's good.
Yeah.
And Gail, we're glad you're here. She said she's new to the channel. I'm 75 and have only raised beds, always full. That's
Good.
I'll tell you, Gail, I was before, and if you watch some of our older videos, me and Anne were the in gardeners. Monica, and I think we had Carmen on that one, were the raised bedders.
yeah.
And I have to say, I may switch teams, Miss Annabelle. I'm really enjoying raised bed gardens because you can control
Yeah.
a lot more of your garden.
I mean,
And
we're just gonna have to see, and we'll move with the coast of however the health goes,
yeah,
and still have growing food, and I think that's amazing. So,
Yeah, you can have a combination. There's no right or wrong.
right.
Do
Right.
what you can do to get the most vegetables possible.
yes, I
Yeah.
mean, we might have a row or two in ground, but we might not have 12 rows in ground,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's okay too. So
Yeah.
it'll be
Our
fun.
garden's going to look a lot different this year too, with knowing that the kind of health problems I'm having with my back. We have changed up all the whole dynamic of what it's going to look like. So it's going to be redone because I am only getting older and my body is responding. And so we are going to make it easier on us because we want to grow plenty of food, but we want to make sure
Right.
that we're not breaking ourselves trying to do it because we want to enjoy it still. So yeah,
That's
Miss
right.
Ann, gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, what else is coming up, Mr. Cayce?
I
Oh,
think you know what's coming up.
I do. But there is one thing. There you go, Sandy. I don't know how you pointed to the right direction because I can do down and up, but the sideways, I got to do this. Um, It is Anne's angle. And I did record this earlier in the week of Anne's angle. I do want to remind y'all, hang around because we got a little something special towards the end of the show you might want to be around for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo-hoo-hoo. But anyway, it was something I was kind of in my feelings a little bit because it was the night before we were heading to the cancer center for Worth's new treatment. And it was exciting, a wonderful opportunity, and terrifying all at the same time.
Right.
So this is Anne's angle, life of the day. Hello, everyone at Hay Bale Friends. Gosh, we're so glad that you're here tonight. This is Anne's angle, my little contribution to Hay Bale Friends round the hay bale. I'm not at home. I'm not on the homestead right this minute. We are in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. By the time you see this, my husband will be activated radioactive man. Woo! And the Super Bowl will be over. I hope your team won. I wanted to take a little minute. What this section is about is just my opinion of things and what goes on. And you know, I always have that Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11, for the Lord knows, for God says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. They're plans for hope and a future. Now, I'm holding on to that because you know what? He knows better than we do about anything as far as his plans, not mine, his plans. And he's always going to want what's good for us and not to harm us. And that he's going to give us hope and for a future. Whether it's on this side or the other, our future's going to be awesome as long as we keep our eyes on him. So that's my angle this time. We are in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I'll be back by the time you see this. And I know that things are going to be great. So thank you for spending a minute or two with little old Anne, with Anne's angle and how things are going. Because I heard that voice say, look, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right this minute, where I have placed you. You just keep your eyes on me and you're going to be good. Okay, y'all, back to Hay Bale Friends, round the hay bale. Thanks. It really was very comforting to know that the Lord had placed me where we were supposed to be because it was kind of a scary night. And it turned out great, y'all. Worth is doing wonderfully with that treatment. But we have a little something that is special, as in Jesse had said earlier, we were going to do the early bird, but wrong channel. Well, it's not the wrong channel because we have a little late bird that's going to be coming around. We got to name it. What can we name our giveaway time at the end of the night? What can we
I
do?
don't know. Let's hear from you. Put comments down below. What do you
Okay.
think we should call it?
Yeah. What should we call it? Because it is a giveaway that we'll be doing. Hopefully, we'll be doing it weekly. It's just a little, we're thinking of you. Thank you for being here. We're crazy about you kind of time.
Right.
But you'll have to tell us what we need to name it. You were an early bird, Hardneck Farm, Wendy. So, Casey, did pull a fast one on you, honey. You're trying real hard to pull up everything.
I am, but I will tell you, I have gotten pretty good at pulling it up. Now, I may look crazy and like staring hard into the thing, and I think I'm going to throw it to you to tell us what should our hashtag be tonight. And it doesn't have to be a hashtag.
Okay. Well, let's do. Oh, well, there we go. Auntie Jan says gratitude giveaway. I love that. Let's have gratitude, and it's GRATITUDE. Gratitude. And oh well, you're gonna do the whole thing.
No,
Do the
no, I'm
gratitude.
not. I'm just kidding. Ha
Now look,
Just kidding.
I truly believe that wherever you are and whatever channel you're on, we would appreciate it if you would go to Hay Bale and Friends and
Yes.
go on there to be able to enter the giveaway, but it is not absolutely necessary. And you don't have to put a hashtag in front of it, just gratitude. And because we are so grateful for you, and we're grateful for this time that we get to spend together, because y'all, these really are my friends. I mean, like, we text each other a lot all week, like a bunch. And if there's something really special or sad in our lives, we reach out to each other. And it really is truly a good friendship that we have here. And we love to be able to share it with you. So type in gratitude. Entries are 14 so far. Country nightcap. Okay, I like that. I like that. The nightcap. I like that. I like that. Hay bale nightcap. Hay bale. Yeah, whatever. It'll be good. Okay, so the entries are going up. And Sandi, what do you have on the hook for this week? You're always such a busy woman. And
Well, I am finishing.
hay bale bless.
I'm finishing cutting all my broccolis. I don't cut them down to the ground because we'll grow little broccolis again.
Okay.
So I'm finishing those and cutting my cabbages. So I'm going to make some sauerkraut.
Yummy.
I am pulling radishes, more radishes. I pulled more the other day. Joe doesn't like radishes, but I do. But he doesn't mind them pods, And a lot of times when people can't eat radishes, they can eat the pod, which is a weird thing. So, but I just like throwing the pods in salads, though I have pickled them once in a while. And so that's been kind of tasty and fun.
Yummy.
And I really should probably prune a few of the tomatoes. Oh, I'm making tomato soup tomorrow from my tomatoes.
Woohoo.
So I'm going to do a video on that. And, just watering. I got some classes and my kiln is getting wired. New stuff in the shed this week. So
now,
I'm
okay,
happy.
Miss Dallas said radish pods, as in question mark. What is that?
Oh, okay. So if you say you got busy and you just left that radish plant, it sends a stalk up and it flowers, right? Well, when the bees pollinate, they pollinate those flowers, they make these pods, and they're usually anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches long, depending on your radish. And as the seeds get bigger in there, it gets more puffy and bumpy. You could just break them off and eat them. They taste like a radish.
Yum.
But you can also take them and saute them, throw them in salads, pickle them, do just a ton of things, stir fries. And so if you love radishes, which I do, I like it both ways. Actually, I probably even like the pods better than the radish.
Oh, I haven't eaten any of my radish pods, but I think that's wonderful. Okay. And I hope that answers your question, Ms. Dallas. Stick around, folks. We got Hay Bale Blessings coming up after this. That's right. We have the Hay Bale Blessings. Okay, so we have 19 grateful people. You can put it in whatever channel you're in, or if you would like to, we would love for you to go to Hay Bale and Friends around the hay bale and enter gratitude. So
you gotta hurry up and do it now so that Sandi can count it down maybe. So this is your last chance. Put it in gratitude, put it in the comments somewhere. And then Sandi, you want to count us down here in a minute?
I will, but what are we giving away tonight?
Oh yeah, what are we giving away?
Well,
Cayce? And
how much was it the last week?
$10. $10.
Oh, we're going to give away a $10 Amazon gift card.
Yes.
Okay,
because we love Amazon.
Yeah.
2, 1.
Woohoo! Here we go. Who's going to get a $10 Amazon gift card? Everybody can use $10. More than what you came with. Better than a stick in the eye, as Jesse says.
Oh, Tamara. She needs to buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
Today, run.
Right
I
now.
have, and I have her email address, so I'll send it right on. She has won $50 today in Amazon gift cards. That is
That's amazing. I
amazing.
love it.
Way to go, way to go, way to go. That's so awesome.
That is so
Congratulations,
awesome.
Tamara. I'm tickled to death with you. So, Monica, we're just about ready for our roundup of the
I think
lovely.
we're about to finish out here. But before you guys go, come and share a little moment with me, and then we're going to see you guys out. So let me tell you what I got for you today. Okay, you ready for this? I'm starting it off strong here. Starting it off with diarrhea, guys. Sounds great, doesn't it? Everybody's gonna be laughing here. But here's the thing. The other day, or a couple days back, my husband and I, Eric, woke up to the dogs. They had diarrhea, filled our house with the smell of stank. Okay, I'm being for all honest with you, Miss Ann. I know you're enjoying this. And not only did they do that, they did it on my carpet, my rug, my giant 9x11 rug in the living room, the place where we all hang out, the place that we spend a lot of our time. And they not only made a mess, they made a mess from one end to the other. And immediately we were like, what are we going to do? So Eric he just says, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. You can't just get rid of it. You can't just get rid of a giant rug. It's a couple $100. I don't have that in my budget. We're not getting rid of it. You got to clean it. So what do? We got on our hands and knees and we started cleaning it with paper towels and all the things that we thought we could clean it with. And we finished up our cleaning with what we kind of had and what we kind of did. And we tried to clean it the best we could with what we knew, but it wasn't enough. And the next day I could still smell it. And I was everywhere. It was like burning my nostrils. And I was like, this is disgusting. I need to do something. I can't just get rid of the rug. I've tried to clean it and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then I realized, you know what? I'm going to make an investment. I'm going to make an investment and I'm going to buy a carpet cleaner, a rug, a good quality professional strength carpet cleaner, something that can do its job because that's what it's made for. And when I got what was made to do the job that I needed, it worked. It worked amazing. And my carpet looks beautiful. And it's like the stains that were there are no longer visible and they're not there. And the smell is fresh again. And so my rug that I was ready to throw out, that I knew I couldn't clean the best all by my own lonesome self because I didn't have what I needed to do it. It's finally clean again now because I went and got the professional style, because I went and got the tool that I needed. And so this reminded me this week that there are so many times in our life where we try to cover up those mistakes or we make mistakes and we try to just forget about it, or we just try, forget about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I'll just pretend like I didn't do that or pretend like that didn't happen. Or maybe you try to cover it up with, well, I'm going to do this now because I did this and I can fix it myself. And you try to cover it up with those regular things. Well, the problem that we find is that the stains that we have in our life and on our hearts and in our heads, they're stained so badly that until we go to a professional, until we get professional grade help, we're not completely clean. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't know, that Jesus is a professional cleaner. Okay. He comes and he cleans up all the stains and all the ick, the stuff that gets in our mind, the stuff that gets in our heart. And he comes in and he cleans it all out. And he says in the Bible, it says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and faithful and righteous so that he will forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. He is the professional carpet cleaner that comes in and takes care of each and every stain and cleans it white as snow and makes it. So stop trying to clean your own junk. Stop trying to clean up your own messes. Stop trying to spray that little whippet spray and clean it with a little scrub brush. Go get a cleaner, a professional, one who knows what he's doing. Get your Bible out, read those directions, and get the cleaner to come in, because he will take, according to Psalm 103, verse 12, he will take as far as the east is from the west. So far has he removed our wrongdoings from us. He will take your sins and get them out of here and make you smell and make you live as fresh and clean as you possibly can. So get the professional this week. Stick in the professional. And I pray right now that you all would see the professional soon. Have a good week.
Amen. 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 Oh gosh, that was awesome.
So
I didn't know where you were
we
going
can't hear
with
you.
it to begin with.
Yeah, the diarrhea thing. I got you reeled in with the diarrhea. That was my hook.
I was just about to say, like, why did all I hear in my head was so fresh and so clean, clean.
Yeah,
Monica's carpet so fresh and so
Yeah.
clean,
that is
clean.
true.
Thank
So
you. That was perfect. It was
Yes.
there
perfect.
you go. Well, I hope you all have a good, clean, fresh week. And
Yes.
everybody out there, just know that we care about you and we love you. And we're so glad you're spending your time with us on Tuesday nights, because this is a long time. This is an hour and we've gone over, but we thank you. Thank you for sticking around with us. Thank you for coming back each week. And remember, you can see us each day during the week. Just check out Hay Bale Friends. You're going to see little clips of us. And if you didn't catch the gist of the meat of the show about the storage, you can come back next Monday and we're going to replay that. So don't forget to tune in and share this with your friends, because we know you want to hang out with us. And until then, we will see you here next Tuesday. Have a good week. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday, Jacob. My little boy's birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jacob.
birthday, Jacob.
He's
Happy
not little
birthday,
anymore.
Lisa. From
Happy birthday,
Chrissy and
Lisa.
Lazy
Yeah.
Days Ahead. Happy
So.
birthday, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Make homemade jam, living life simply, just like a country jam.